Our next guest is a viral YouTube star who's known as the Internet's Dad. His very popular YouTube channel has millions of subscribers and teaches people not only how to do basic tasks like jumpstart a car or unclog a drain, but also, and this is very cool, how to succeed in life.
And he's joining us now. He's going to be talking about his first book. It's called Dad, How Do I? Practical Dadvice for Everyday Tasks and Successful Living. Hey, Dad, how you doing? Everybody welcome Rob Kenney. How you doing?
I'm good. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
Good to have you here. And you give out this advice, and some might think, well, he must have had some good advice from his dad and picked it up. But that's actually not the case.
That's correct. Yeah. So, I think the reason my channel went viral was because of the pandemic. It was kind of a perfect storm, the pandemic, and then my backstory of my dad leaving when I was 14. I went to live with my brother and his wife, who were 23 and 24. And, that's pretty young. At the time, it seemed old that they were older, but, I looked, at a 23-year-old, a pretty young person, but they stepped up and took me in. So I had to learn a lot of things the hard way. So I think that's why my channel resonated, I think, with people.
Yeah, no, of course. And it's so cool because, Rob, as we mentioned, you're not just teaching people how to use a lawnmower or how to use a chainsaw. You're really giving them dad life advice. Why was it so important for you to make people feel like you were their internet dad?
Yeah, well, thank you. I have been called the Internet's Dad. It's not a title I'd give myself, but, I wanted to try to encourage people. My big point is I want to encourage, empower, and edify. I want people to be, I don't want to be the hero in the story. I want to walk alongside you and encourage you and and I have dad chats, where I try to walk alongside and talk like a dad would to somebody. So I think that's the difference. Also in my book, I think my book is different. And, I think people think it's about how-tos, and while there's some how-tos, there's 50 how-tos, and I actually give it 8 additional ones because I thought, I want to promise you 50, and then I'll do a little bit more. That way, if one of them doesn't mean anything to you, then I give you 8 more.
Well, you're right. You have a heck of a backstory and a family story, but you do give still practical advice, and today you're going to give an example here, and you're trying to take the intimidation out of a particular tool that everybody should have at the house, and it is incredibly useful.
Yeah. Yeah, it's my son's birthday, too. I got to say happy birthday to my son. So before we do that, I got to get that in. So do you guys own a drill?
Yes.
The drill is yeah, okay, good. So people can get intimidated by a drill. I'm just going to walk you through some basics of it, and hopefully we'll have a time for a dad joke at the end. You have your battery, at the bottom here, and there's an indicator for the battery life on some, not all of them have that. It's got a light in the front. It's got, I got that taped over so I wouldn't blind you when I turn it on. And then there's a reverse and a forward lever there. And then you have this torque collar right here. And a lot of people don't know how to change this out, the bits. There's so many bits you could put in here to help around the house. So you want to change this collar, put it on like an 11, and then you hold this with your hand and you put it in reverse and you open up see how that's opening? So I can remove that.
All right, Rob's book, Dad, How Do I, is available everywhere books are sold. Rob Kenney, thank you so much for being with us today.
You bet. Thanks for having me on.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.